I've been avoiding making this video, and that's because it's not supposed to be a video. Well, it's not only supposed to be a video. You see, it's supposed to be an essay. This essay. A collection of words put together in an attempt to convey meaning. I wanted to write an essay detailing my experiences with anger, anxiety, and avoidance, and I ended up talking a bit about astrology. Bonus word. Parts of this essay were written down in a notebook a while before I typed this. Some parts are still floating around in my head and will be transcribed as I go on. My apologies if what follows is a jumbled mess, but my mind tends to feel like that sometimes. It's really hard for me to process anger. I like to blame astrology and say that it's because I'm Venusian by nature and I have Mars in Pisces as my out-of-sect malefic. But why this is true is not as important as the fact that it is true that I have a hard time processing anger. Maybe I can blame astrology. Mars, the planet of war, aggression, disruption, inflammation, and irritation, is responsible for both my interactions with others as well as the things that take away from my sense of self. This is because it rules over my 7th house and my 12th house in my birth chart. I've seen this play out in my life as passive aggression towards others, my Scorpio 7th house, and more direct aggression towards myself, Aries 12th house. The passivity of my aggression towards others often redirects as anger towards myself for not standing up for myself. Because my Mars is in Pisces, a rather docile and complacent sign, it allows a lot of infuriating bullshit to sit unaddressed and slowly deteriorate my mental well-being. I don't really like feeling angry. It's a very uncomfortable, almost foreign experience, and one that I'd much rather have with myself. Anger makes me feel vulnerable, and that's when the anxiety kicks in. If only that were true. Unfortunately for me, anxiety is ever present in my life. I wake up with anxiety. I go throughout my day with anxiety. And I go to sleep with anxiety. I don't know when it started, but I do know it has been a long time since I haven't felt it. Most of my anxiety is focused around existence. You may be thinking, well, duh, obviously you'd be anxious about existence because life is about existing. But some people genuinely don't have that feeling. Some people aren't constantly worried that how they're being perceived is not who they are. It's so hard for me to do anything because I'm always worried about the potential consequences, which is why I love avoidance. Okay, I don't actually love avoiding things. In fact, it only ever makes my anxiety worse because it allows me more time to think about all the negatives and potentialities for failure or misrepresentation. I avoid because I'm scared. I'm scared that I'll never be good enough because I have never been made to feel good enough. If I don't do something or say something, I don't have to be judged for it. I don't want to know how others perceive me because I fear it'll change how I perceive myself. I'm always operating out of fear. It's all I've been taught by the world. Don't misstep because there is always punishment waiting. I avoid because I'd rather be the one dealing out the punishment. It's a vicious cycle, and it's one that I need to get out of. I avoid things because I'm anxious, and then I get angry at myself for avoiding things, which only makes me more anxious, which leads to further avoidance. I don't know exactly what the answer is, but I believe it starts with acceptance. Bonus word. Acceptance of the fact that I do suffer from anxiety, but also acceptance of the fact that avoiding it isn't making it any better. Okay, that's the end. It's not as earth-shattering as I had hoped it would be, but it's honest. And that's going to have to be good enough for now. Thank you.